Hey traders, welcome back to our channel. I'm Kenya with BK Trading Academy, where we help new and struggling traders learn how to trade with structure and guidance so that you guys start the right way, you have a breakthrough, and you trade confidently. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to find a high probability setup as a swing trader. Maybe you work a full-time job, maybe you're on the road, or maybe you're just busy in other businesses, you're a busy mom like I am, maybe you homeschool. I don't know what your situation may be, but you don't have a lot of screen time and you still want to be able to make money effortlessly and not have to constantly be on the charts. Well, I'm going to show you how I find high probability opportunities and how I have the proper workflow to set myself up for profitable trades when I'm really busy. So we're going to go ahead and hop in. But before we do, I need you to smash the like button on this video. If you are new here, I highly recommend that you subscribe, turn on that notification bell so that you don't miss our content. Make sure you join our Telegram below inside of the description of this video because we have lots of great resources. All of our information is there as well. You can always contact us on our website. And without further ado, let's go ahead and hop in. We're going to go through step by step of one of my favorite pairs, Euro AUD, and I'm going to show you how to find the next awesome swing trade opportunity, scalp, and also intraday as well, while we're really going for that long-term opportunity. So I'm going to show you how I do this. Let's go.
Yeah, I know I got problems, and I don't know where to go. I don't want to put the blame on you.
We're first going to start with Euro AUD, and we're going to go out to the monthly time frame because as a swing trader, even as a scalper or an intraday trader, you want to look at the longer time frame and you want to get an ideal picture of what the price action is doing and what it could do or what it might do and what's in process right now. So as you can see on the monthly, price is trading at 1.6184. And before that, you'll notice right within this area back in October of 23, we haven't quite gotten there in this year of 2024. Notice here we had some congestion here after moving to the upside. This was also a previous area where the market rejected back in October of 2020, and look at the massive decline to the downside. So when you see that sellers were previously in control, they then ran out of steam and buyers pushed that price up. So we had a reversal pattern here where we had a double bottom. Then price broke the neckline of this double bottom. This previous support became resistance, turned support, and then we had an uptrend forming on the monthly. So that uptrend eventually ran out as sellers came in and started to push the price down. So one indication that price was going to start going down from this monthly level was one, the price is on sale now. So after buyers have gotten a great deal, sellers are going to likely step in just where they did in the past because this becomes an attractive area or supply zone for sellers. You can see the massive wick rejection there, and that was indication that this price was going to come down. So now that price has come down, when it came down from this resistance here at 69.50 or so, look at how much it's come down to about the monthly level at 61.48. And this is where price is almost at right now. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this down right here because this is where we see price headed. And on the monthly, this takes a long time for the price to get to this area. So keep in mind that if we're looking at the monthly, we may not be looking at an opportunity immediately right away. But as a long-term trader, like a position trader, for example, I would be setting myself up to trade possibly this monthly time frame for maybe 300 pips or more. And I would be looking at possibly a little bit further down about right here. So I think that this is a good monthly level to consider. But as a short-term trader, like a swing trader who maybe holds for 24 hours to a couple days, I'm going to be watching this area right here because this is a return back to our previous monthly area from January 2024 and also December of 2023. You'll notice before that, we had a rejective low here in June of 2023, and it was also very strong resistance where we saw the market reject and then move to the downside. So this is a very attractive area where I'm confident that buyers are going to step in. So if I were traveling or if I were busy, I would set myself up for this particular trade by doing just this. Starting with a multiple time frame analysis, I would always include a level below price because price is headed downward. So I want to pinpoint where it just might pivot. Now, why am I choosing this area? Because remember, when we have support and resistance, resistance, you're most likely going to see opposing force come in that particular area if that's what it did in the past. So I'm going to go ahead and move down to my weekly time frame, and I'm going to continue to make sense of the price action. So one thing that I see on this weekly time frame is that we previously had an uptrend, and then we broke the low in this uptrend. I also see a reversal pattern here where we had a head and shoulder. So here's our head, our left shoulder, and our right shoulder. We then have a neckline where price broke that neckline, and then notice how we transitioned from an uptrend to a potential downtrend. So we had a high, we had a low, we had a lower high. We then created a new low, breaking the uptrend that was previously forming. So our uptrend was violated right here at 1.6327. We created a new low. Then the price pushed upward, and we didn't quite know exactly what price wanted to do, but we continued to move sideways right between 1.6675 or so resistance and this area right here. And then we broke out of that sideways range. We created a new low, and then you can see price has kind of been pretty much ranging. Okay, so it's important to really look at the step-by-step process of the price action, and now you can see on the weekly where your opportunity is. So now that price is coming down, we definitely want to be monitoring this area as we continue to drill lower. So now as I go to the daily time frame, you can see on the daily I have a downtrend, and look how attractive this demand zone is. This demand is basically telling me that there's an imbalance between buyers and sellers. There's more sellers in the market than there are buyers right now, but guess what? Now that sellers have gotten a good deal, more than likely buyers are going to come in this area and push this price up. So this is where I would be monitoring first to see what type of reaction we have right within this zone. And I would be looking for some type of wick failure right within this area to take a potential move to the upside. Now, if I were to go long right off of this daily time frame, I feel comfortable going long because I can see what's happening on the weekly. Now, I believe that there's a potential for this price to keep moving downward, but we also have to monitor fundamentals as well with this. But because this is such an attractive area where the market pivoted so forcefully in the past, just look at this. If I move this zone out to the left, you can also see how forceful rejection was back in 2022 from this particular zone. So I'm very confident this is mostly where buyers are going to come in. And if we don't have it precise, it's going to be somewhere within this region, a little bit below it. So that's why I have my zone drawn a little bit wide. I can also use a 50-period moving average. Now, I particularly like to trade when price is above the 50-period moving average if I'm going to buy, because I use that as a dynamic support in an uptrend, but I use it as dynamic resistance in a downtrend. So ideally on this weekly time frame, we would have been wanting to sell from our weekly resistance, which you can see is right here, and it's also right below the 50-period moving average. So because we have a downtrend on this weekly, our bias should really be to the downside. But what if we've already taken advantage of the short opportunity and we see an opportunity for a potential long? So in this case, we could be buying off of this weekly level right here, and all you have to do is set yourself an alert within this region. So right now, price is at 1.6185. I would be setting my alert actually right about where price is right now. But you want to get your ruler and you want to measure where price is right now, pull it down to this wick to the left to see how far can price push down a little bit further to retest this area. That's about 46 pips down. So for me, especially as a swing trader in the first place, 46 pips for a stop loss is way too tight. So I wouldn't be putting my stop loss this tight. I would be putting my stop loss a bit further out of the way of that, giving the trade enough room to breathe. And then where would I take this up to? So the most important thing is that if I'm going to buy, I need to make sure that buyers are stepping in. So this is where I can move down to a lower time frame when I'm ready. So I can go down to the daily and I can just get a good picture of what's going on here. So one thing that concerns me, that tells me that this could push a little bit lower, is that I see this long tail on the daily candle. Okay, that tells me that buyers tried to push the price up and sellers continue to push it back down. So right now we don't see enough strength that buyers are in control to be able to come in and push that price up. Now I can keep moving down to the lower time frame, and now look what I'm seeing. I like that I'm seeing on the 4-hour I have a double bottom. So on this 4-hour, if I get confirmation of a double bottom and price continues to head upward, I can then consider placing my stop loss. For example, I can place my stop loss below this wick here on the weekly. Now, where would I take this up to if I were to buy? Okay. Now, as a short-term swing trader, I like to hold for like 24 hours to a couple days. Sometimes I like to hold for a couple weeks, maybe 2 weeks, not too long, but I usually move in and out of trades. trade. So what I mean by that is, for example, if this was an uptrend on the weekly, I would be holding it for longer. But since it's not, this is something that I wouldn't hold very long term. I would hold it probably a 50% way of this weekly candle currently. So that would be about 1.62789. So measuring from about where price is now, and let's say up to about 1.62, even like 1.6290, that's about 114 pips. That's really good for a swing trade. I wanted to go through this with you and just kind of show you how I find a high probability opportunity. To me, this is a great opportunity because it's moving into a weekly reversal area, and the price has already moved this week about 210 pips into this weekly reversal zone. So anytime you have movement like that, especially a couple hundred pips, and it goes into a weekly reversal zone, you're more than likely going to have an opportunity. Like, look here, I want you to see previously where we had this head and shoulder up here. Look at this low, and look how when price came back to retest this area multiple times, look how much it went up. So if I just take my ruler and even measure from this wick right here at 1.6368, the price went up just in 1 week 147 pips. Within 2 weeks altogether, it went up 312 pips. So if you had multiple positions on a position like that, you would have made a couple hundred pips or so, just depending on your trading style. So if you are finding this idea right about this time, it's June 13th, 2024, I want you to go and monitor this trade on Euro AUD and see how it reacts from this zone, and see if you're able to see this trade play out and maybe even trade it yourself and plan the trade right now. One of the things I really want to emphasize is a risk management plan. Oftentimes we find opportunities and we spend very little time on our risk management, and we focus way too much on making profit. One of the ways that I'm able to make a couple $100s to a couple thousands of dollars from home is that I've become really good at risk management. And it's something that I'm really proud about because it took a lot of work and also a lot of failure as well too. So if you aren't there yet, I want to encourage you and say that don't beat yourself up. Just know that you have to keep working at it, and you need to find a mentor or someone who knows how to profit in the market, but also protect their capital very strategically. And that is something we teach our students here. And it's really simple by just abiding by a few simple rules, but also knowing how to strategically execute. So for example, as a swing trader, or even as, it doesn't matter what type of trader you are, you have to think about what's important to you. Either you're going to set tight stop losses, or you're going to give your trade enough room to breathe, and you're going to set yourself up so that no matter what happens, you're going to be able to come out of that trade profitable. And that is how I'm always thinking, how can I put myself in position to come out of this trade profitable, even if I'm holding for days at a time? So I'm always focusing on those strong technical levels where the price is most likely to bounce. I don't put a lot of position on 1 or 2 trades. I like to spread that out so that as the price fluctuates and moves in my favor or even moves against me, I still have room to come in and make up that drawdown or put myself in a position to win that trade. So we have more that we go in depth into our academy, and throughout weekly live trading with our students, we're showing you this all the time, showing you how to execute. And a lot of our students get it. But I hope that going through this step by step, showing you how to start from the monthly time frame and work your way down through multiple time frame analysis, that you're able to spot high probability opportunities. The rest is just planning your risk management and making sure you always have a plan before entering that trade. I want you to comment below what you got out of this video, and then I want you to go and track this trade, and I want you to come back and tell me how you did on it. If you are a new or struggling trader, again, feel free to check out all of our information in the description of this video, and when you are ready, we would love to have you come and join us in our community. I will see you guys in the next training video. All the best and happy trading.
Yeah, I know I got problems, and I don't know where to go. I don't wanna put the blame on you.